watching the riots, watching the news, watching the election. I was able to cut through a lot of that news, and I didn't like it. I said, in today's times, we can do it better. Mark Naughton, I'm just a citizen. People want to be heard, not told. They want to be heard. Okay, guys, I love the picnic. So the question of the day, children, can they choose their own gender?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so they choose their gender. How about hormone therapy? Can they choose that too?
I don't know.
So who are you?
All right, my name is Alton Jones.
So the question is, can children, can they choose their own gender? Your thoughts?
Well, my thing is, it doesn't make any sense to me. How would a child know, one, when we talk about just gender, we used to talk about teaching children about sex. There's a certain age, a certain mindset you have to be ready just to even deal with sex. So we're talking about understanding gender. How does a child understand that fully? To be able to pick that. To me, it's just a backwards. The question in itself lends to some type of problem.
Can children choose their own gender? What are your thoughts?
Can they choose their own? That's such a hard subject because it's something I've never been through, and I've never challenged. So I don't know their feelings, and I don't know the strength behind if the force is from them, if the force is from society, if the force is from whoever. Do you
have children?
No. I'm 44, never married, no kids, no ex-wives, nothing.
Certainly, can you go back to your memories of what it was like to be, say, 8, 9, 10 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're back in that time period, do you think that you had the wherewithal to choose what you wanted, what gender you identified as?
I don't know. I just kind of went with the flow. I never even crossed my mind to think that I would be something other than what I'm portraying. I think I had the confidence just to be who I was, so I never thought. But I'm sure it's got to be challenging for kids questioning it.
Oh boy, that's a big one. I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't want to.
Your thing is the right thing, not mine.
I mean, I think that's a big thing for a child to decide. I think anything's a big thing for a child to decide. They have a lot of influences around them that'll make them choose different things, I think. And I think maybe as they get older, they can kind of decide more what they want versus when they're younger, where they don't really know enough about the world around them to kind of choose that kind of thing. But that's my opinion.
I mean, I don't think there's really a problem with it. I don't know if they're old enough to know exactly what they're choosing, but, if they want to, wear a dress or, express themselves however they want, I don't think that's a problem. But
Okay, so I just spoke with a woman, and she has an 8-year-old daughter, and she was very excited and even celebrating the fact that her daughter says that an 8-year-old identifies as a lesbian. And the mother was excited. What are your thoughts?
I don't know if she exactly knows what that means yet. I don't think at that age anybody has any kind of sexuality really yet. I mean, if she turns out to be one, that's great for her. But definitely making them aware of the topic, I think, is good. But for them to actually choose, at that age, it's going to probably change in how many years.
Don Barton, are you from Philly?
No, I'm actually from Virginia, from Texas by way of Virginia, and I've lived in Philly for about 2.5 years.
Okay, so right now it's there's a ton of discussion. People want to know, can children choose their gender?
What?
What are your thoughts?
To be honest, I haven't done much research on this topic, so I don't know if I can complete opinion on this, but...
Well, that's okay. Come at it with feelings then.
Yeah, that's true. Here, come back to me real quick.
Okay. Yeah. I'm here with?
My name is Dokun.
Dokun, okay. And what are your thoughts? Same question.
I think it's a topic that we're still really learning a lot about and all that kind of stuff. Personally, I guess it's I don't see why not. I think, why would you not want to nurture your child to be whatever they want to be? Within reason, obviously, but if your child comes to you talking about, hey, I don't see myself as this, as X, Y, Z, or whatever gender it might be, or I see myself differently. I just think the idea of not letting that person grow into that is really harmful. Giving them the space to figure themselves out and their own identity is definitely super important to me.
I just wonder, if we let them choose their gender, what else do we let them choose?
I mean, I don't really understand what part of someone's identity they don't get to choose.
Well, let's say they say, Mom, Dad, I want to be a criminal. I don't want to pay my taxes. I want to be a drug or gun runner. I want to traffic humans. That's what I want to do. What are your thoughts?
I think the two things are vastly different. I think obviously if someone comes to you and says I want to be a criminal, like honestly at the end of the day, if they want to be a criminal, they're going to be a criminal. But I think when we trivialize things by saying things like, oh, like what if they want to, like, oh, well, they say they want to be a giraffe or they want to be a drug trafficker or something like that, is getting away from the point of like the reality of people feeling like, hey, this is a title, this is a marker of who I am as a person that doesn't feel like who I am. Let's talk about that versus like the hypotheticals of me wanting, because I mean, people are criminals. People choose to be criminals all the time, and parents don't stop them either way. So why spend time on that when we can do things that matter more? Because I think if the person gets to choose who they are more, they realize that they are in control of their own lives versus like, hey, let's either try to conversion therapy or just like continue to deny and invalidate how people feel.
Do you get to draw a line when they say they want to change their sex organs?
Nah, once again, if you have the finances to do that, if you want to, like, that is...
As a child. We're talking children.
Legally, I don't think there's any place that you can do that as a child. I think that, like, yeah, obviously you want to let them grow into it. And I think, personally, I would be like, hey, let's wait till you're older to make decisions like that.
Same with hormone therapy?
Hormone therapy, I know from the little bit I know about that, once again, that's like one of those things that, like, you can't just say, hey, I want to go on hormone therapy today and tomorrow you're on it. There's tons of steps that happen before that, so I think it's super, like, to get to talk to people who knew more about the topic early on definitely is more beneficial in my opinion.
Okay. Hey, thanks for your time.
No problem, man.
You in?
I agree.
So we're on Truth with Mark Naughton, and I'm here with
Eric Reed.
Okay, Eric. So the question of the day is, can kids pick their own gender? What are your thoughts?
I think we should be about 17, 18, 19, or 20.
Okay.
Start, when teenagers, they should be able to decide what kind of gender they want to, decide, or, the rest of their life. So I think we need a little experience, though.
What would the problem be, or what's the problem we have to deal with?
The problem is that parents and adults are supposed to be responsible, the word responsible, having the ability to respond, not react to, we're supposed to be responsible for children, not children dictating or the world dictating to us what our children are supposed to do.
That's such a it can be like a permanent change for something that might be just a temporary thought.
Would a child be able to choose their gender?
That is the question.
I mean, would their mind be able to do that?
That is the question. It's your opinion. There's a ton of people that say, yes, children as young as 8 years old or younger can choose what they are. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that's not impossible with some children. I think more than likely it'd be better to rely on analysis from a psychologist or somebody that understood that field. But it would have to be somebody that understood that and not somebody that was, had a problem with it.
So the child doesn't decide, it would be a professional would make the decision or help them?
Well, a child that young, I don't see how. I think you'd want the person to be older than that to make such a decision.
What age do you think?
17 is when they usually wonder, like 18, 19, whether you're a girl, boy,
Sounds like you're of the camp that pretty much when they start exploring themselves and others with sexuality and such, you're that's where you're at. That doesn't.
Who's when they get out of high school?
So
go on their, basically they start to go on their own. So they have questions about, how their hormones are,
So children, school-age children, 8 and younger, you say?
No, 17 or older.
Okay.
17 or 18 or 19 or 20. That's just, kind of decide on, their outlook on life or not. They should have enough experience to decide what gender they are.
Okay.
I mean, I know when I was younger, I was like, I wore boys' clothes and had 3 older brothers and played in the mud, but I never really thought about, what I had to be. I just kind of did my thing without having to choose something like that.
So hard lines, kids changing their sex organs. Where do you fall with that?
That's a big one, too. I mean, I think, again, that's a huge decision. Like, there's a reason that we have a line at being 18 as being an adult, and I think there's a lot of other choices we're not allowed to make when we're kids, and I'm not sure if that should be one of the choices that you should have to wait until you're 18, or if you should be able to do before you're 18. My opinion personally, I think, again, kids have a lot of growing up to do, and people go through phases when they're that age, so not saying that that would be a phase. I'm just saying a lot of stuff happens. Like, when I was little, I wanted to be a boy because I had 3 older brothers, but obviously that's not how it was. I just wanted to hang out with all the boys in my neighborhood and them kind of just treat me like them. So I don't know, kids are very persuaded to do things like everyone else.
Still want to be treated like a boy?
I mean, I'm in construction management, so that kind of shows. I'm in charge of a lot of men, so.
Okay. Hey, thanks for your time.
Sure, thank you.
Children are easily exposed to things that they're not ready for. Because it's on the media, because you have access to it, because it's on the internet, that doesn't mean your mind is developed and ready for it. So in this world, we have so many things coming at children that they're not ready for. So here comes my child seeing something they're not ready for, not fully understanding, and think that they want to be opposite of what they are. And then the other part of it, just to get real brief with it, is that, so you're telling me God made a mistake if you're the person who believes in a higher power.
I have heard stories of people that have done a gender reassignment and then now they're changed for life and they wish they hadn't.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. It was another great show. We went out, we talked to the people. It's an interesting social topic. It's very popular right now, raising children, and we did it. So you know the deal. If you like the show, like, share, and subscribe. It's the only chance the show has. A lot's coming. We're going to be going in the cities. We got some big court cases coming up.